third installment of Sailor Moon Month.
And the last. Finally, and about time too. Now, where were we? Oh yeah!
An evil queen and her generic generals. A case of amnesia. They're not having amnesia, so they fight 2 alien elf people and a killer tree.
And for some reason, Darian shows up as Lawrence of Arabia, mainly because his tux is at the dry cleaners.
Then a little brat named Rini shows up, and face a bunch of 80s runway models, and a brainwashed older version of Rini, and a wannabe Darth Sidious.
Then next, a mad scientist and 5 witches, and monsters made from an oven, obviously inspired by Power Rangers.
And so far we're introduced to the rest of the Sailor Scouts in the form of a gatekeeper, 2 lesbians or cousins, and the final scout? We don't know.
Her name is Hotaru Tomoe, aka Sailor Saturn, who is the daughter of the mad scientist, who in turn eliminates the big bad controlling her father, Pharaoh 90. Also, we forgot to mention about Diana the cat, and in Sailor Moon S, they had to take down one last monster, which fused itself with the monster oven machine. And then it exploded.
Oh good, now we're up to date.
Now, let's review Sailor Moon Super S and Sailor Moon Sailor Stars.
The plot for Sailor Moon Super S is about the Sailor Scouts who try to find the MacGuffin for this season. And has anything changed? No, it hasn't!
The MacGuffin involves a Pegasus, who is the guardian of the Golden Crystal.
The villains in this story arc are known as the Dead Moon Circus, led by another evil queen, Nehelenia. Okay, that's a stupid name. I'm calling her Evil Circus Queen. Also, wouldn't it make more sense if a circus-themed villains had a leader, like, say, a ringmaster? I mean, when I think of evil circus villains, evil queens trapped in mirrors is not what comes to mind. Speaking of ringmasters, Analyst, would you like to introduce this villain?
The only thing close to a ringmaster is this character Zirconia, the right-hand servant of the Queen. In the original, Zirconia is a she. In the English dub, she's a he?
In other words, it's a ladyboy. Should have seen that coming.
Other villains include the Amazon Trio, 3 villains who were once animals and are the main henchmen for the first half of the season.
The Amazonas Quartet are 4 young girls possessing orbs that give them eternal childhood. And for the second half of the season, they are the main henchmen. Or women.
The Pegasus was originally a young boy named Helios. His job is to guard the Golden Crystal from evil. But when Helios was captured by evil forces, he is then transferred his spirit to a person's dreams and took the form of a Pegasus, until he could locate someone who could unleash the full power of the Golden Crystal.
The bad guy's motive? Well, I'll make this quick and painless. Anybody seen Snow White and the Huntsman? No? Well, think of the Queen eating a crystal instead of a human heart.
The monsters of the week for this season, you guessed it, circus-themed creatures. Their goal is to fight the Sailor Scouts while the generals look for the Golden Crystal, which, by the way, is located in Rini's dreams.
Of course!
Sailor Moon Super S also focuses on Rini, and she really comes into her own this season. She also gets her own romance with Helios, which is rather cute. I mean, come on, it's adorable! A sweet little girl and a Pegasus / unicorn. Those scenes are a beautiful sight to see.
This season is one of the worst in the franchise. Not my opinion, they're all, but this one, well, the shit hit the fan for some reason. You want to take this one, reviewer?
Okay, one of the major reasons why this season is bad is because it's one of the more light-hearted ones and too cutesy-poo. Because apparently, when I think of a story involving magical girl princesses finding a lost Pegasus in a realm of dreams, I put dark and gritty in it.
I think it's just LSD or Adventure Time.
What's the difference? It's supposed to be light-hearted. Seriously, what's the matter, you people? Eh? Given what the last 3 seasons had, a break is needed. Let's just move on.
Right, so how do they take down the Dead Moon Circus?
I'll try to keep it quick and painless. After Sailor Moon and Mini Moon use the Golden Crystal to beat Nehelina, Nehelina survives and lifts the remains of the circus tent, kidnaps an unconscious Super Sailor Chibi Moon, and Super Sailor Moon catches up with her.
She's not running away from this fight. And it only took her 3 seasons. Took for her to grow some balls.
Better late than never, eh? Then a battle ensues, and the Circus Queen's beauty and youth diminishes. So, the Circus Queen throws Sailor Chibi Moon over the edge, and Sailor Moon jumps after her, aided by the Pegasus.
While they do that, Nehelina then returns to her mirror in order to sustain her exceptional beauty and charm for all eternity.
Okay, now for the moments we've all been waiting for. I know you're looking forward to this, analyst.
Is this the last season?
Aye, it is, analyst. It is. See? I understand ya. So, for the final season, Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars.
With, obviously, Nehelina who tries to get back at Sailor Moon, eventually after saving a brainwashed Darien. Again. By forgiving the villain? Anyway, as a result, Nehelina's cold heart melts and gets a second chance in life, with the power, the eternal Tiare.
Oh, and Hataru makes a return.
Oi! So, after that, we move on to the actual plot. That revolves around this hero, villain, I don't know.
Sailor Galaxia, whose quest is to take the star seeds from humans and other sailor soldiers in order to rule the galaxy as the most powerful sailor senshi in the entire Milky Way galaxy. Only because due to the fact she's been corrupted by the chaos she's sworn to keep contained. And both generals and monsters of the week are in the form of Sailor Scouts, both male and female. Also, the final big bad, Chaos Galaxia. Basically, Chaos incarnate in the form of a Sailor Scout, who resides in what is called the Galaxy Cauldron.
Or a big purple fart cloud. And that's no joke. Read the manga.
Yeah, zany. Also, there is a Sailor Cosmos, but not much I can say about her without being tedious.
Come on, what's next, Sailor Earth?
Well, they don't really need one because of Tuxedo Mask being the Prince of Earth and all.
Right. Moving on.
And if 10 Sailor Scouts weren't enough, there's also 3 new Sailor Scouts that are introduced. The Sailor Starlights, Sailor Star Fighter, Sailor Star Maker, and Sailor Star Healer.
Ooh, I got this one.
Okay, seriously. Throughout the series, there have been homosexual elements, characters whose genders are switched to hide those homosexual elements, and of course, cross-dressing. Granted, it's more of a disguise than what the other Sailor Scouts have, though here's the problem. They are clearly the same people, but with obvious differences. Now, whether they have actually transformed into males or not, and cross-dressing is involved with the artwork, can you really tell? You, the viewer, are going to put two and two together, like with the other Sailor Scout characters.
Also, why take that route when you can just give magic makeup like the other Scouts?
You know, say what you will about Pluto not being a planet, but at least it's a real one, other than from the ones that these Scouts are from. I think it's called, let's see, it's named the fictional planet of Kimoku. Now, that could be a real one if someone discovered it and named it and all that, but until then, it's a fictional planet.
So, before we also get to the end, the music for the last season. The English dub kept the same theme song, but the original changed it around. Why they changed it is beyond me.
So here's how the story goes, and you've probably figured it out by now, but what's going to happen? Bear in mind, this is after Galaxia has killed off her friends and Tuxedo Mask.
One epic battle later, our heroine manages to purify Galaxia, and moments after, the Sailor Scouts and Tuxedo Mask return. With the galaxy saved, the Scouts part ways. And after all of that, Serena and Darien get some alone time together, in front of a bright, full moon. The end.
So, that's Sailor Moon Month. So, does it live up to its legacy? After watching Sailor Moon Crystal, I would stick with the lesser of the evils. Therefore, if it's sort of not broke, don't fix it.
And once again, the analyst's lack of enthusiasm falls upon another classic anime. Seriously, am I reviewing with a hipster here? Okay, well, here's the thing. There is so much to mention in terms of character development, and yes, there is character development, analyst. And each season has both good and bad points. So I'll get to the essentials and my opinions on the franchise. First season is a classic, known by many and loved by many. Basically, Sailor Moon 101. Sailor Moon R, basically a sequel, but it changes things up and we get to know more about the world of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon S. As I said before, I like the villain. And the season has both dark and campy elements, coming off as your standard superhero show. It also introduces all of the Scouts based on the solar system. For Sailor Moon Super S has a good premise, but I recommend this one to fans of Sailor Mini Moon. And the Sailor Star season, what can I say? It's the finale, and it heavily explores on the mythos that is Sailor Moon. Now, it's not for everyone, and that's okay. Heck, I myself am only a casual fan and not an actual one. And as you know, I like Melvin as a character, and not only am I bothered by his lack of appearances, but the use of many other side characters. I mean, those guys would have made the story a lot more interesting if they were shown a bit more.
The only reason why it was so popular is because of the formula. Like so.
Bad guy conducts and executes plan. Good guys realize that nothing is what it seems. Then, the good guys discover the bad guy and his plan. Good guys fight off bad guy, then kill him. Return to step 1 after all steps have been completed.
Because of this, and the other things I mentioned earlier, this anime gets my seal of approval. Okay, and mini anime, thank you for your participation for this special.
You're welcome. Happy to help. We had a good time fighting monsters and playing with the Pegasus.
Hello, I'm a Pegasus. I'm the Reminisce Reviewer, and that was Sailor Moon Month. I reminisce so you don't miss.
Wait a minute, that didn't do anything! Didn't do anything.
Well, I would have gotten anime to do something like the usual info, but somebody didn't want her to do
I
it.
was referring to the fighting.
Well, that's part of the sketch.
I guess small things really do amuse small minds. I'm the anime analyst.
What's that you said?